Hello, and thanks for tapping in with Sia. All right, so today we are going to be talking about symbols and signs. Just a few. I'm just going to bring up four because I only want to do 10-minute videos, okay? All right, so signs, symbols, handshakes, um, can mean various things to various people, right? Depending on where you're from, your views, your values, symbols can really mean different things, okay? It can go from religion to maybe in a fraternity, or maybe gang, or maybe being an athlete, you have certain signs, or they're just sign language. The list goes on, right? But different signs and symbols mean different things to different people, right? So culture is lifestyle, different regions. Some people haven't been outside of where they grew up. They haven't traveled outside of the US or whatever reason. So they don't really have much knowledge or experience with interacting with other cultures face to face. Some people might have read about them or seen different cultures on television, but actually experiencing it live is different. Okay. So first, I want to talk about the triangle. For me, being a counselor and studying therapy, we learn and we use a method called CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. So the triangle to me, in the counseling and mental health field, is I think about CBT. And so that's why I use happiness plus wellness. Wellness plus healing equals happiness. That's where I got that whole concept from, is from CBT. Okay. We also see Egypt, in Egypt, the triangle means will, intelligence, love, and that's everything that has to do with a man's soul. So that's what they believe in Egypt. Hence the pyramids, and the pyramids aren't just in Egypt. They've been found all over the world. Pyramids in New Mexico, the Mayans, in Asia they found pyramids. Yeah, pyramids have been found all over the world, okay? Not just in Egypt, not just in North America, but South America and Asia as well. Okay? The triangle can also symbolize the elements. Peter. So earth, fire, air, and water. They may be different with the line through it or upside down. I don't really know exactly, but it can symbolize the different elements. But again, it's all about research. So don't take my word for it. Don't take other people's word for it. Do your own research yourself. Today, we live in an age where information is right at your fingertips. So knowledge is power when you use it correctly. So that's where we go from knowledge to wisdom. Okay. So next, we want to talk about the cross. The cross can be used as a big religious symbol, right? Some people like Jesus on the cross, some like him off the cross. It means something different to different people. Some people take it offensive to see Jesus still on the cross if you have a chain on or a picture or whatever, and some people don't. So again, dependent on your values and your beliefs, you will feel a way when you see the image of Jesus on the cross. We also notice the cross for what? Sickness, right? When you see hospitals or even death at a graveyard, you see crosses at a graveyard, or even in California, when you see a green cross, that means a marijuana dispensary. right? So when you see crosses, it can mean something different to you, right? All right. Now what about if we turn that cross upside down? It can even mean something more, right? So we ain't gonna go there because remember, I just want to get you guys to talking, get you guys to have these conversations with your family, with your friends, with your children. What do you believe in? What are your children learning outside of your home? What do your family believe? Has it come up? So these are just questions and comments and statements that I want you to look at. Even if you don't agree with me, if I initiated you to go do your research, I feel good because it's all about improving yourself in all areas: mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, socially, all areas. Okay. All right. So don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Yeah. So next we're talking about the snake. Now, snake in various cultures, the Native American culture, the Hopi tribe, that's an Indian tribe in New Mexico, the Greek culture, and Asians believe that snake, that symbol of a snake has to do with fertility, creating life, and shedding the skin is a symbolize of rebirth, immortality, and healing, as well as transformation. Now, when we see this snake symbol around a rod, we think of the medical field, right? Because it could be a sign of healing, and that's from the Greek mythology, okay? It stems from that. So, believe it or not, some Christians believe that snakes are bad and they do not like wearing things with snakes or having snakes around them in any kind of way. And a lot of times people give snakes a bad name for that very reason. Now, you have that. That's Christianity. But you do have other cultures that worship snakes. And when I went to Hawaii recently, I learned that in Hawaii, they have a god there that they worship, and they believe that a serpent or a dragon created them and that he lives in the ocean. This isn't the first story about that. It's the similar story in the Asian culture, but I'm not sure which one it is. So don't quote me on that one. Just do your own research and you'll find out. All right. The swastika. Ooh. A lot of blacks, African American, Negro, or whatever we're calling it today, they do not like the swastika. And I understand why, because they don't like it because what someone else feels or thinks about it. But if you do your research on that, you will see that in India, it meant good or to have a good well-being. In Japan, it means good fortune. The Chinese, the swastika meant to them all or infinitely or universe. New Mexico, Albuquerque, New Mexico, the Native Americans there believe that it was a sign of knowledge. Okay, so the Nazis and Hitler changed it to what? So gain knowledge on what symbols mean before you think of it in a negative way. Because a part of being happy and gaining happiness and maintaining happiness is understanding that we have to get out of that capsule thinking. So this channel is to break that capsule and to be open so you can understand your views, your way of thinking is a whole world out here. So take what you need, apply it to yourself. If it doesn't apply, let it go. If you don't believe it, don't argue, because you can't control how other people feel or believe. But a lot of times people get led astray because they're searching for something. Everything you are searching for is in here. Everything that you're seeking is already inside of you. So look inward. Because when you look outward at materialistic things and people and not be more spiritually connected, then you can be easily led astray. Even if the things aren't working, you say, well, my family been doing this, or been believe this, or my church believes that. But if it's not working for you, if it's hurting you, if it's hurting your family, why would you continue to subject yourself to things? Like I spoke to in my last video, just because certain ailments run in your family doesn't mean you have to have it too, because some things can be prevented. Okay? So when you know better, you do better. So I want to share with you these two books that helped me. Well, they're DVDs, but he also has books. I like reading better, but I'll have a photo. It's called Dead Doctors Don't Lie and the Truth About Nutrition. And my grandmother watches a lot of videos and DVDs, and she takes a lot of herbs and stuff. And so I would like to share these things with you guys. So this is a book she gave me, and I take the herbs online. They're called 90 for Life, and you could get them on Amazon. You could get this book, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, from Amazon. And it just shows how the medical field really hurts us most times than heals us. And so a lot of our ailments stem from our medications. So we actually have more issues and problems with other things because we're taking a medications for a specific thing. So if I'm taking a medication for my head, now I have irritable bowel syndrome. It triggered something there. So now I have to take a medication for that, and so on and so forth. So you might have to take another medication for vomiting. So now you're taking 5-10 different medications, and it started just with trying to suppress your headaches. So if you're having headaches, that's your body trying to tell you hey, something is going on. So let's figure out why we're having those headaches so we can tend to the issue. Instead of going to the doctor taking pills so the headache could go away, we need to see why is that headache happening and what we can do about it. And most times, like Dr. Wallace says, it's a vitamin deficiency. A lot of people are not going outside because they work in the office or they're in the house all the time. The kids aren't really going outside how kids usually go outside. So yes, some vitamins they're going to get from the sun, they're not getting. That's one simple example. But again, it's no way you could get all the vitamins and nutrients in one day, especially how we eat today. Very unhealthy. Okay, so do your research. Now that you have these questions going, now that I have your brain going, what are you doing? Are you doing the same thing, getting the same results, doing the same thing, thinking the same way, getting the same results? So my question is, what did you learn today? Not from me, not from this video, but just period. What did you learn today? And in learning whatever you learn, what are you willing to change today? What are you willing to do to work on you? I also want to make sure you guys understand that when you are encapsulated in using thinking that keeps you stuck in a pill, are you judging other people based on that small information that only you have, that limited information? What kind of resources are you getting these information from? What type of references are they? So this source that you're getting it from, what kind of source is this? What kind of person is this? Is this a person that takes other people's word for it? Or is this type of person that does research and knows for sure or understands, or that's culturally sensitive or knowledgeable or culturally aware, right? Well, I thank you for tapping in with Sia. I hope that I was able to leave a positive footprint in your life in some kind of way. And I will see you again. I'm doing one more video. So thanks for tapping in with Sia, where wellness plus healing equals happiness. All right. And don't forget to like, share, and comment. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe.